Hello, this is Carla Michelle, and I'm so happy to have this opportunity once again with you. If you don't know me, I am Carla Michelle of Dr. Carla Inc. I coach and I consult. I work with executives, high-performing individuals, and I enjoy doing it. I have a psychotherapy background, so what I do is merge my knowledge of therapeutic tools, kind of like 20% and the rest 70% in my knowledge of business psychology and people. So let's get started. Hey, first, if you have not subscribed to the Strong Woman's Network podcast, please do so. And if you're an iTunes listener, go ahead and rate us. 5 stars is great. It keeps us in the mix. And any comment that you have, if you ever want to reach out to me, go ahead and send an email to hello@drcarlainc.com, drcarlainc.com. Well, let's get started. What do I have today? Well, what I want to say, and I haven't figured out the title yet, but I want to say this. Don't let someone's end, E-N-D, mess up your start. So, for example, people can look at you and have something in their head for you. And for them, that's all they have. But don't let that's all they have for you be the end when you know that is just a start. If you are looking, I remember, when it was time for raises and I would, get my time with my manager and have the opportunity to look at the percentage of my raise. And it always amazed me how they were more pleased with what they gave me than I was pleased. I always wanted more. I always thought more. I always felt I performed more. But what I had to remember was that comparative to what they're allotted to give to their team, in their eyes, I fared well. In my eyes, as an individual contributor, I didn't think team when it came to this. I thought individually. And I had to remember that my start did not reflect their end game. So what do you do when you're in a position where someone's end does not match your start? When someone sees you in a certain way, they value you in a different way, but it doesn't match your view of yourself, what do you do? What do you do? Now you can sit here, first you can sit there and you can be devastated. And especially if you've put all of your eggs in this cart and expecting that an organization is going to do something, and especially if they haven't acknowledged it in like a raise a promotion or something like that. And even with promotions, you can be caught off. But what do you do? One of the things is don't miss a beat. Don't miss a beat. Yes, don't miss a beat. Meaning you can walk out of that room with your piece of paper that tells you the percentage of your raise or your bonus or your next step, or what your promotion entails, or maybe they gave you a title, but they didn't give you the money to match. You still do not miss a beat. You cannot afford to miss a beat. You cannot afford to take your eyes off of the prize or off of the path of where you're going. So do not miss a beat and find out what works for you so you don't miss a beat. Is it shaking it off? Is it knowing that you're not to depend on that entity or that person to take you where you want to be? Is it time to make an adjustment? So don't miss a beat. Do the internal work that has to happen in you so you don't become depressed or you don't become down or you feel undervalued. Even though it may be a reality, I'm not saying you not see the reality of what's happening. I'm saying that right now in step 1, don't miss a beat. Shake it off. And then we go to number 2. This is where you rehearse your potential. What are you saying to yourself? What do you know about yourself? What is your characteristics that are good, that give you a good reputation? And I will have to say this, what work do you need to do on your character? Because where your reputation speaks of your character, and your character feeds your reputation. So if there's something that needs to take place, we'll go ahead and adjust and strengthen. However, in that time, you still rehearse your potential. You still go over your talents and your skills. You still know that if you are overqualified for something, you acknowledge that, and that also gets you thinking, like, where's your path taking you? There could be many times that you hold a position because you're on your way somewhere. And the money that you are offered or the position or title that you are offered may not match at this time, but you know you're on your path to going where you want to go. And does that title, many times you'll hear people say, well, I took the promotion because I wanted that title. Because if I have that title, when I transition to another place of employment, I carry that title with me and it helps me along the pathway of where I'm going. Well, see, that is a plan. That is a plan. And so you have to rehearse that. If you get some news that doesn't line up, if their end is not to where you see your part of your plan, then you go ahead, don't miss a beat. Rehearse your potential. Understand your talent and skills and how they fit to where you are and where you're going. And how does your path, is it part of your path? And what adjustments do you need to make? Number 3, you got to expect something. Let me say this. You are aligning with what is yours. Make sure that what they offer is aligning with what you see for yourself. If what they say about you aligns with what you say about yourself. And then find out the disconnect. So you're aligning with what is yours. And I say you have to understand timing. Is there patience involved? Because what you have sown, it will show up. Meaning, if you've done a good job and where you are not acknowledging it, if you make whatever moves you know you need to make, and you've got your plan, you've got your strategy, it eventually will show up. If you know your worth and you don't devalue yourself, even though you feel devalued, what you value about yourself will be recognized. So align your mind, align your speech, align with people who think like you, align with those that carry the titles that you are looking to carry, and learn and know that that's where you desire and will be. So when someone's end does not match with where you are going, or doesn't match your start, make sure you don't miss a beat. I'm going to repeat myself. Rehearse your potential. Understand your talent. Remind yourself of your path. And then make sure that what you're doing, take the other people out of it, take the boss out of it, the decision maker out of it, whoever, and see if you are aligned with what's yours. And stay aligned with what's yours. And sometimes staying aligned with what's yours is staying aligned in how you think about your life and your path. Sometimes it's staying aligned with knowing that a position is not working for you, that you have to say no until what you want comes to pass. You hear people a lot of times, and I've done it as well, where you're offered an opportunity that's just fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it in someone else's eyes, but it doesn't match with where you are and where you're going. And they have said no, or you say no. And you would think like, gosh, I'm done. I'm finished. This is never going to come my way again. And then you find out as you wait, as you believe in you in such a way that it causes things to become a magnet to the very thing that you want. And you get that call, you get that email, you get that meeting. And those things that you held out for start manifesting, start showing up. So stay positive. Stay connected with your path. Stay in tune with your talent and your skill. Never forget your potential. And don't miss a beat. All right, this is Carla Michelle, your favorite coach and consultant. I am signing off. Thank you once again. If you need to reach out, hello@drcarlainc.com. Make sure you share this podcast with someone that you feel would benefit. Take care and stay strong.